Hello, and welcome
to Sort of the Story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
And this is the podcast where we tell each other fairy tales.
And folktale.
And mythology.
And also, you are here.
Welcome to the void. Ooh.
It's not the void, it's the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. Anyway,
it's a spooky episode, as
hi
you can
guys,
tell.
get ready for a spooky episode. It's not for children. Too scary. Actually, my story's not scary at all.
My story is also not scary.
Okay, well, you still can't listen, children. Turn
Get
this
out of
off.
here.
What is your problem? Guys, full disclosure, it's 11:13 at night.
In the night.
In the nighttime. We're both so tired. Max has no reason to be so tired, but for some reason she's still so tired.
I slept for 30 hours.
She had a coma.
I kind of did. Mm-hmm. And I'm still sleepy. I'm like the hungry little caterpillar, but for sleeping.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar, but for sleeping.
But for sleeping.
I'm like the sleepy little caterpillar.
So, just to update you guys, last weekend we saw Noah Kahn. We did Anne Hosier. Mm-hmm. And we're different now.
It was really good.
I legitimately, in a very cliched way, keep replaying the Noah Kahn concert, over and over in my head. I'm listening to the album. I'm remembering every little weird eye thing he did. And
so many weird eye
how
things.
much I love his weird faces. I'm like, yeah, that's why I love you.
I came in with no opinion whatsoever, but this week, whenever I've been sad, I've just been picturing him being like, woo, woo. Doing like a weird eye
He
face.
does like the weird, you know the cat in Betty Boop, the cat clock that's like, woo, ooh.
Yeah.
The eyes go back and forth. That's Noah Kahn somehow.
In a very weird, like, self-aware, self-deprecating, hilarious way,
he's so funny. He also
which I really relate to. Whenever he was saying something that was too emotionally, like, true, he made, like, a weird face. It's like, oh, the same.
He's like, you guys go to this fucking concert to get bummed out. Whoops, here's a song. It's like, just so you know I'm writing sad shit. Yee. Right, guys? I feel like he should be on the podcast.
Should we invite him to the podcast?
Well, we definitely should at least invite him. It's up to him to say no.
Yeah.
Should he come on the podcast? Imagine him in this dirty outfit.
We would take him somewhere nice.
We would have to get him his own microphone.
Are you saying you wouldn't do that?
I'm just saying, can we afford Noah Kahn a whole new microphone? I don't know if we can afford it. But you know what, guys?
I feel like he has microphones. He's a recording artist.
Oh, that's he might have him invite us.
You know what?
No, guys, if you want to help us be able to afford Noah Kahn, listen to Max. She's going to tell you how to do it. What if we start a GoFundMe that's just get us to Noah Kahn, but there's there's no context. People
just get us to him.
Do they want to go to his concert? No.
You are funding us getting to wherever he is so that we can force him into doing a podcast with us.
Help us.
And also, if we fail, you don't get a refund.
No, we're going to use that money to buy bagels.
I thought you were going to say to buy bail.
And also to bail ourselves out.
Yeah. For harassing America's sweetheart, Noah Kahn.
He is America's sweetheart. Pitch the Patreon real quick, and then I want to tell them about him. I want to tell them more about him. Oh, we can't make this intro that long. Just tell them about the fucking Patreon. Guys.
We have a Patreon. Give us money, please.
$3 to talk to us. $7 to kiss our lips.
This is why you don't do the Patreon pitch, buddy.
If you want to see our boobs, it's another $7. One at a time. America's
if you want to see both, $20.
That's a deal. 1 for $7, 2 for $20.
No.
It's a late night episode. It's too late for this.
No, you can see each of them individually for $14.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But if you want to see them together, that's $20.
You'd have to Photoshop them together yourself, and you're not going to get the distance, right? Nobody
We're
does.
going to mess up the lighting, so that it's like one is lit from below and one from above, so that you can't really put them together.
Woo! That's the sound they make when you flop them.
Do we have to do this tomorrow?
Nope, we can do this. We're business professionals now. Can you please tell them about the Patreon, Max?
I can tell them about the Patreon. We have a Patreon. For $3, you can join us on Discord. And for $7, you get a bonus episode every month. You can find more details by clicking on our Patreon link. I don't have to hold your hand. Fucking
But for $20,
read it for yourself.
For $20, she will hold your hand.
I will hold your hand for $20.
There's a price.
My hands are very warm and occasionally sweaty.
Mine are as cold as ice.
That's
and one
true.
of us always tells the truth and one of us lies. Okay, so thank you. Get us to NoahCon. $7. NoahCon was fantastic. Hosier was transcendent.
I consumed a very small portion of a perfectly legal recreational drug. And I watched Hosier, and also I ate a whole pizza.
Yeah. You were living your best life.
Yeah, I had a really stressful day up to that point, and then I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna have a great time for 45 minutes. And then I did.
And Hosier,
oh my god, his hair is so long.
Hosier is beautiful.
We all know this.
We know this, but do we actually know it? Because Hosier is beautiful. His hair is so long and fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Hosier kicked ass. He was fantastic.
Also, he did it so good.
He did it so good. I can only imagine how good it must have felt being like a tiny bit high during that. Genuinely, I was like, I'm so jealous.
For a couple minutes, I don't know if this was real or if I was just thinking about doing it, but there was a period of time where I was like, I'm like a tuning fork, and I like had my arms out in front of me. I don't
think you did that.
As I'm saying this, I don't think I actually did it, but I was like, I could like, his voice was so loud and perfect and clear that I was like, I can feel it in my bones.
He also at the last, on his encore, he did
Encore?
work song. On his encore, he did work song, but you could tell he's run through that song so many times that he mixed up the second and third verse, and he started doing the third verse. He made a weird face, which he hadn't been making weird faces.
No.
He wasn't a Noah girly. He was a Hosier.
He was very
professional.
composed.
Yes. And so, but then he could tell he started on the other lyric, and he like got this, he was still singing, got like a panicked shocked look on his face, and then like tried to turn around and look at his band while still at the microphone. He's like, guys, help. Guys, what have I done? And then there was like a break, and he's like, I did the wrong verse. And had to get back into it. So he was like, boys are good on empty. I did the wrong verse. Help.
And he basically had to start the whole song over.
And then he was like, I guess it's how you know it's live. Na, 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 na. Like, every breath was just used to explain that he had fucked up and didn't know what to do. And then he was like, okay, cool. And then he like held up like a number 2 to the band. And he was like, we're going back. And then he did verse 2 and 3 again. So we got an extra verse. That was the same verse in a different order. Anyway, that did make me laugh. That was the most relatable thing Hosier had ever done. And I feel bad because I'm like, I hope he didn't go back and kick himself for that. Like, I wanted to give him, I feel like it's like an artist thing to do, to be like, I'm paid to basically give them a show. They all came here to see this and they deserve to have a perfect show. And then I fucked that up. And I'm like, how do you tell Hosier that the best part of the night was watching him panic?
I felt like in that moment, you know those moments when like, you're like, wow, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Like you're just like hanging out or something like that. And you're like, this is good, actually.
Yeah.
I don't have them all the time, but like every once in a while I'll be like, wow, this is the good times right now.
Yeah.
And I had that moment when Hosier fucked up. I was like, I get a whole extra 45 seconds of Hosier.
That's what everybody felt like. But
wow, this is the good times.
It's kind of the same feeling that you get when you watch your favorite comedians on SNL break, where everyone, that's their favorite part, is when somebody who never breaks and who's always very composed starts laughing at something and you're like, oh, this is the best one. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it felt. Anyway, Hosier, if you're listening to this, which I know you are, you're on the $7 tier. Hosier is a devoted story, baby. You did great. We liked that part the best.
He actually is on the Patreon, but my parents actually bought his membership when they sold me to him.
Max, you have been a terrible slave to Hosier.
I really haven't. We haven't talked.
Yeah, you have not responded to any of his texts.
No, I'm bad at texting.
Yeah, that's why he had to let you go. Too sweet.
He what?
Too sweet.
I got fired?
Aw. We'll talk later, off mic.
Okay.
Anyway, so guys, that was too long. I'm going to cut so much of that. But
the whole thing.
I'm going to cut a lot of it, but the festival was fantastic.
It was good.
Also, I got my birthday present from Max.
Yeah.
It's a nanny robe. It's a robe from The Nanny, basically.
With Fran Drescher.
Yes.
The TV show The Nanny.
She's not making me be a nanny.
But I didn't steal a robe from a nanny.
She wears iconic robes in the morning, and they're all, like, very thick and beautiful, and they have, like, the embellishments. Like applique, like flowers and smiley faces and stuff all over them. Max got me a green one, and it's beautiful. And I love it, and I've worn it every single day. It's so linty, I need to wash it. I need to get that lint off, and I have not yet because I've been wearing it.
You've got so much lint in your hair.
Yeah, as there should be. Okay, with that, Max, with that very short and concise intro that I think everyone could have appreciated and related to, should we start the goddamn podcast?
Hey.
Hi. What's up, man?
I got lost for a second.
You want to hear a story? Okay, I got a good one. Guys, I'm going to pause this for a second, and then we'll come back and tell you a story. Goodbye! Are you proud of how short that explanation was?
Were you guys scared? I was scared.
They're not scared because I prepared them.
But barely. I barely had time to catch my breath before you threw me into the icy water of that silence.
I'm so sorry. Let me tell you what I'm going to do next. Tell you a story that's going to blow your mind.
Fuck.
I don't know if it's going to blow your mind. It's a bunch of our regular tropes, but I was feeling kind of like I wanted something homey. So I'm going to give you something kind of homey. Something a little bit familiar. Something kind of fun. It's called The Little White Cat.
Aw, wait. Yeah. Didn't we already do this one?
We've done a very similar one. We did the black cat.
No. I think we did this one.
I don't think we've done this exact one, but it has a lot of tropes in it that are exactly like the other ones.
The one where there's the lady and she has the white cat and it stays on her lap and then she gets pregnant. No, that's one that I did. That's a different one.
No, it's not that one. You're thinking of the black cat with the talking cat who goes and finds her a husband.
No. I swear to God, I feel like we've done this story.
You're also going to think that as I tell it, but we haven't done this story. I'm going to laugh so hard. Guys, tell us in the Discord if we've done this story.
I'm going to look on our website, storeofthestory.com.
Storeofthestory.
Store to the story.
www.storeofthestory.com. Okay, so The Little White Cat. I got this from Irish Folk and Fairy Tales, edited by J.K. Jackson, our friend.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. It's Jake Jackson. It's a beautiful little, it's a very special collector's edition. I got a couple from the series. They're tiny, they're gold foiled, they have foil on the front. Beautiful. Yeah, This one's all the Irish collections.
Good books.
They are good books. J.K. Jackson does a really good job of
book.
Thank you. All right.
Anytime.
And this is the Irish book. The Little White Cat. The first line is, a long, long time ago, in a valley far away, the giant Trencos lived in a great castle surrounded by trees that were always green. Beautiful. That's the last nice thing I'm going to tell you about him. His castle had 100 doors, each one guarded by a terrible fire-breathing hound that had iron claws, and their favorite thing to do in the whole wide world was rip to shreds anybody who tried to approach the castle. They loved it. One day, the giant Trencos attacked the king of the torrents. He killed the king, he murdered all of the people in the village, just like every single person there. He burned down all of the houses and the palace, basically salted the earth, and then he took the only person he left alive, the beautiful Princess Eileen, threw her over his shoulder, and then walked her back to his castle.
Where's the cat?
Hold your goddamn horses. He put Eileen in his castle, and he had 100 dwarfs all dressed in blue and yellow satin wait on her hand and foot. Musicians would play sweet music for her whenever she was bored, and she was dressed in like the finest clothes, and he showered her with diamonds and jewels and like that were brighter than the sun, and he gave her everything her heart could desire. And she was like, cool. My heart desires you didn't kill my father.
Could you unsquish my dad?
Could you unpillage that village? Unpillage the village. That's my metal album. But he wouldn't let her set foot outside of the castle. So inside, he was like, you're so spoiled. Aren't you happy? But she wasn't allowed outside. And he was always like, if you try to run away, the hounds, they will rip you to pieces.
They gots to rip you to pieces.
They gots to. That's what they love to do. So
you're going to tell these hounds that they can't rip you to pieces?
You go outside and try. I wouldn't, though. He'll rip you to pieces. About a week after her arrival, a war broke out and he had to leave his castle. He's constantly fighting in wars.
Classic.
Before he left, though, he summoned the princess and he told her that when he returned, he was going to make her his wife. And she started to cry and she's like, I would rather be dead, actually. You murdered my dad in front of me and also so many people. My whole family, all of my friends, and a bunch of people I didn't even know, but they didn't deserve to die. So, no, I'm not going to marry you. And he was like, well, too bad. You're a captive. He said, quote, crying will only spoil your bright eyes, my little princess, and you will have to marry me whether you like it or not. So, try to argue with that. You can't. The hounds, they'll rip you to pieces.
They'll rip you to pieces.
You want to be ripped to pieces?
You're going to get ripped to pieces.
So he sent her back to her room, and he told the dwarves to give her whatever she wanted, and then he set out. And she threw herself on her bed, and she cried and cried and cried until her heart almost broke. And the long night passed really slowly, and she was like, this sucks. I hate this. And in the gray light of morning, she finally got up, and she went to her window, and she looked down, because she was like, maybe I'll try to escape. But she looked down and immediately saw, like, a hungry dog just, like, looking up at her window with his mouth open, like, ah.
But also, if it'd be better to be dead, I mean...
She did say that.
They could rip you to pieces.
You have an out. Just let them rip you to pieces. She was bluffing. So there's no way to escape. The dogs were down there. Her window was too high up. She just, like, sighed and was like, I guess I'll just sit back here and wait to be married. So she was about to close the window when she saw something moving in the branches of the tree.
Oh,
square. It was... Square?
Is it a square?
You know what? Believe it or not, it's not a square. It was a little white cat. Title of story.
But it's in a tree.
Yeah.
Square?
Cats climb trees. She opened the window further, and she gave him a couple, here, kitty, kitty, come in here. Hello. Come on, little kitty. Come in here.
Square.
And as she was, like, standing in the window with the window open and, like, telling it to get over here, the white cat said, stand back from the window and I will. That's a quote. This cat is iconic. So she was like, oh, okay, sorry, sir. And she stood back and the cat, like, jumped in. And then she took him into her lap and she started stroking his fur. And she's like, where do you come from? What is your name? And he said, don't worry about it.
David.
I'm cool. He said, I'm here to help you. And so he told her that when the giant came back, she should agree to marry him. She was like, who do you work for?
Are you helping? This doesn't feel like helping.
Is this helping? The princess was like, no, I don't want to marry him. And he's like, shut up. Just shut the fuck up and listen to me.
That's mean.
He kind of is. I love him. So he was like, you have to agree to marry him, but you're going to tell the giant that you will only marry him if and when his dwarfs wind 3 balls from the fairy dew that lies on the bushes on a misty morning. It's a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So the cat held up 3 dew balls.
What? What the fuck is a dew ball?
You don't know what a dew ball is? He's showing her. He held up. Bad cat. He held up 3 dew balls. One was red, one was yellow, and one was blue. A blue dew ball. What
the fuck is a dew ball?
It's a doll. It's a ball. Too tired.
Please explain.
No. He told her to tell the giant that the balls had to be as big as these ones, which were like the size of like a pea.
Oh, so it's not those ones. It just has to be the same as those
same
ones.
as these ones, same size, same color. I want these. He's like, tell the giant that you're going to marry him as soon as the dwarves give you these. And she was like, okay, you're a very nice cat. But those are so small. I'm going to be married within the hour. They just have to collect dew. So no.
Into a ball?
I don't know, man. And you're already showing me that it can, in fact, be done. It's not like an impossible task. So I don't know.
If anything, they could just take those ones from you.
Yeah, like what? And so she's like kind of like expressing a little bit of worry. But the cat was like, no. It's going to take them a month and a day just to make one ball. So all in all, it would take them 3 months and 3 days to finish this request. And the giant would assume, like she had, that it would only take a day or two to finish, so he would readily agree, and that would buy her quite a bit of time. And so the princess was like, okay, I guess I trust you, cat I just met, who's been mean to me.
David?
Named David. The giant would return tomorrow afternoon, the cat told her. And she was like, okay, can you stay with me until then? I'm really lonely and I'm a little scared. And like petting your fur is really comforting. So do you want to stay with me? And he's like, no. I've got shit to do. And then he left.
I've got a life.
I have a girlfriend. He said he had to go back to his palace on the island on which no man ever stepped foot, where no man but one would ever come. And he also told her that she would meet this man really soon. If all went well, he would rescue her from the giant Trencos. And she was like, well, that's all well and good, but no sword can kill the giant Trencos. Everybody knows that. And he was like, no sword, but one. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye. And he jumped out the window and started to leave. So he jumped on the ledge and then he turned back and he told her every morning she should look out at this tree. And he said, if you see in the branches anyone you like better than yourself, throw him these 3 balls and leave the rest to me. And then he like tossed the 3 balls to her. And she was like, okay, thank you. And he said, but remember, you can't say a single word to him. You have to do that completely silently or all will be lost. And she said, will I ever see you again? And he said, I don't know. And then he left.
Bye, David.
Thank you, David. You've been helpful, but infuriating. The next morning, Eileen did as she was told. She told the giant that she would marry him if and when his dwarves wound 3 fairy dew balls as big as these. And then she brought out 3 fairy dew balls. And the giant was like, that's it? Okay. Sure. I guess we'll be married tomorrow then. Dwarves, go to it.
It would be a hilarious prank if it did only take them like 5 minutes. And she's like, bye!
He's like, we actually already have a bunch of these. These are like really common here. Okay.
All of my dwarves are trained ball spinners.
They are Dew brothers. So she returned. It was so stupid. She returned to her room and the dwarves got to work. But it was really slow. They could only gather as much fairy dew as would make a thread as long as, quote, a wee girl's eyelash. So they were like, oh, fuck. So every morning they had to go and collect more and more dew, but it was only making a tiny little bit of thread. So it was very frustrating. And though he was really frustrated, Trencos kept his word and he didn't touch her at all, right? So she realized, I do in fact have a lot of time to like sit here and wait for somebody to rescue me. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the little cat ran from the castle as fast as he could, uphill and down dale, never stopping until he reached the Prince of the Silver River. Mm. The prince was sitting alone, sadly thinking about the lovely Princess Eileen, who he apparently knew and he was in love with.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't get their backstory, but he was just sitting there thinking about her. Here's a quote from a paragraph from the story. Mew, said the cat as he sprang softly into the room, but the prince did not heed him. Mew, again said the cat, but again the prince did not heed him. Mew, the cat said a third time, jumping up on the prince's knee. And at this the prince was like, where did you come from? What do you want? Not a cat guy. And the cat responded, I come from where you would like to be. And the prince was like, where is that? And the cat was like, stop playing. You know where it is. As if I don't know what you're thinking about right now. You thinking about them titties. We know. Guess who just saw them titties? Me, the cat.
What?
This is all quotes from the story. So he was like,
Also, though, he's talking.
Yeah.
He could just be like, hey. Hey.
No, he started out with mew. He's trying to be coy. This prince is not a cat guy. So he basically said, why are you sitting here thinking when you could be out saving her? You know what I mean? And the prince was like, okay, well, I would give my life 1,000 times over for her, but I don't know where she is. And the cat kind of looked at him and was like, who are you talking about? I never said a name. And the prince was like, you just said you You just said you knew. Shut up. This is an actual exchange where the cat's being weirdly coy and the prince is like, you came into my house. Why are you acting like this? Anyway, so they have this really weird interaction where the prince is really annoyed with him. And he's like, just tell me where Eileen is. How about that? I'll just say the name. You clearly know where she is. Tell me where she is. And the cat was like, okay, but first I have to tell you a story. And he tells him the whole story about the giant Trencos and the precarious situation that Eileen is in and all this stuff. And the prince is like, cool, I'm going to go kill the giant Trencos then. See you later. And he gets up, but the cat's like, well, you can try, but there's only one sword in the whole world that can kill him. And before you even get to that point, you'd have to battle his 100 hellhounds. So, good luck. Oh, you can't do it? Maybe you should sit down and listen to the rest of my fucking story. The prince is like, oh my god, I hate this cat.
I love that this cat is like, the Princess Eileen was like, hey, do you want to hang out? Like, let's hang out. And the cat was like, fuck you, no. And the prince is like, ooh, what the fuck is this? And the cat's like, let's play a game.
Let's hang out. I'm going to tell you a tale. This is a real cat move.
Yeah, real cat
move.
move.
Only wanting to hang out with the one person who hates cats.
He's like, ugh, God.
Yeah.
But the princess is like, hey, come here. He's like,
pass.
Ew.
Too easy.
Fuck off.
You're a real whore for cats, aren't you? No thanks. Got standards. And I have a girlfriend. She lives in Canada. Okay.
Her name's Snowball.
So Snowball, not to be confused with my brother Dewball.
I love the romance of Snowball and David.
The beautiful love story of Snowball and David. Okay, so the cat's like, if you listen to my instructions, it might give you a chance to save the princess. There's no guarantee because the instructions are like, it's going to be hard, but you can do it if you try. So he said first, the prince, I almost called him David. First, he was to go to the giant's castle and climb the high tree nearest to the window that looks towards the sunset. And he was to shake the branches a bunch. And then he was told to hold out his hat with the silver plumes, and 3 balls, 1 yellow, 1 red, 1 blue, would be thrown into his hat. But he mustn't speak a word, or else the hellhounds would rip him to pieces.
They're gonna rip him to pieces.
Afterwards, he was to sneak back down and run as fast as he could back to the cat for his next steps. So the prince set out at once, and he arrived at the giant's castle in 2 days. He climbed the tree, he shook the branches, and when the window opened, he saw it was Princess Eileen. And he was like, what? And he almost he was about to risk it all just to say hi, and she was like, shh, shut up, shut the fuck up. So she put her finger to her lips and she pointed down at the dogs who are all snoozing and they're snoring and little flames are coming out of their nostrils. Aww. And they're having dreams and they're running in their sleep. That doesn't happen in the story, but it does in my mind.
It could.
So at this, he held out his hat and she threw the balls in, and then she blew him a kiss and closed the window. Just in time, because in that moment the giant called out, for he was back from a hunting trip. The prince ran back as fast as he could. He never stopped until he reached his own palace where the little white cat was waiting. And the cat then was like, okay, follow me. And he took him to the edge of the sea and told him to unravel a thread of the red ball and hold the thread in his right hand and drop the ball into the water. Okay. And then when he did that, the ball started to unravel on the water, and it just kept going further and further out into the ocean until it kind of disappeared. And then the cat was like, great, pull it. So he was like, okay. So he pulled the thread in his right hand.
And then a bunch of sea cats all come out of the ocean, chasing the thread. They're all bouncing on the end of it.
Mercat.
The little white cat, his eyes just go really big and he's like, ha, faster.
Oh, I love the idea that he's unravel it, and he's like, more. He gets a little distracted, don't worry. Oh, that's cute. So when he pulled the thread, a little silver boat floated from, far away. It floated up to him. The cat told him to step on the boat and go to an island where no man has ever stepped foot. In that place, there was a sword with a diamond hilt, the only sword that could kill the giant Trencos. Also on that island were 100 cakes, and they would kill the 100 hounds. But there was a catch. If the prince
catch?
He's a cat, not a dog. If the prince ate or drank anything until he reached the palace of the little cat in the island of the unknown seas, he would forget all about the Princess Eileen. This is a trope that is infuriating. I tried to look up, why do we keep following this? And I have no idea. We can speculate about that another day. The prince nodded and stepped onto the silver boat, and it floated quickly away. And then day passed, and the night fell, and the boat didn't stop. In fact, it sailed on for 2 whole days and 2 whole nights. And he was like, oh no, there's no water or food on this boat. So really, when is it going to dock? And he's like, so I have no idea how long this journey is. I didn't prepare for this. I ate a bunch of fucking pickle juice back there. I am full of salt. So thirsty.
That's not a thing that anybody but you would do.
I had a pickle today because I woke up sore and I ate my pickle and I feel perfect. Better than Motrin. Okay. On the 3rd morning, the prince finally saw an island off in the distance. But he was super hungry and he was really thirsty. He was like literally about to faint. He had been in the sun, like uncovered. He's like, this is awful. But at least I'm almost to the island. But then the day passed and he was still floating towards the island. And he was like, oh my God. And it wasn't until the morning of the 4th day that he finally got close enough to the island. And when he did, there was a bunch of trees overhead. They were like hanging down really low and they were laden with fruit, like really delicious, like juicy looking fruit. And he was literally starving and dying of thirst and dehydration. And they were like hitting him in the fucking head. Shit. And so the sight of the fruit made him hungry and thirstier than he had ever been. And he forgot his promise to the little cat, which I'm not going to actually blame him for this because 4 days without food or water is actually pretty rough. And so he reached out and he grabbed one and he took a bite and then he just like fully climbed himself into a tree and then just sat up there eating a bunch of fruit and the boat sailed away without him.
No.
And as he was eating all the fruit and sitting in his tree, he forgot all about the boat and Princess Eileen and the cat and he just think about fruit. When he was full, he climbed out of the tree and he began to walk towards the island. He followed the sound of music until he came upon some beautiful maidens playing on silver harps. And they were dancing and laughing and they called out, welcome, Prince of the Silver River. Welcome to the island of fruit and flowers. Our king and queen saw you coming over the sea and they sent us to bring you to the palace. Come on. Tee. And so he followed them and he met the king and queen and their beautiful daughter, Princess Kathleen.
Oh.
And, like, the king and queen were trying to talk to him, and they're like, yeah, we saw you from over there, and we recognize you. Like, we do trade with your kingdom and all this stuff. And as they're trying to talk to him, he's just, like, darting his eyes back to Kathleen because she is the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. And they're, like, doing a lot of eye flirting. And the story's like, he thinks this because he forgot about Eileen. She's also hot. Don't worry. He just forgot about her.
Mm-hmm. Because of magic.
Yeah.
And fruits.
And fruit. Because of fruit. Sometimes that fruit be so good you forget about your bitches. So.
I can't count how many bitches I've forgotten about because I ate a fruit that was too good.
That fruit too good. I forgot about my bitches.
Damn.
You know that feeling when the fruit's so good you forget about your bitches? Risk it all for a pear. So
I would risk it all for a pear.
Very specifically, I'm imagining pears. That's the juiciest, best fruit.
Mm.
Anyway, so that night they threw this huge feast in his honor, and he was sat in between Kathleen and her mother, and he and Kathleen started to talk at dinner, and she was funny and witty, and they just got along. And by the time the feast was over, he's like, oh my God, this is like the coolest, hottest girl I've ever sat next to. Like, what? And then at the end of the feast, the queen ordered the ballroom to be made ready, and the prince danced with Kathleen all night long until the morning light. And by the time that was over, he was like just head over heels in love with her. They were just really vibing. They feasted during the day and they danced the night away, and it went on like that for weeks.
And he didn't sleep?
I don't know. Sleep is overrated anyway.
Hey,
At
Janey.
last, the prince asked the king and queen for Kathleen's hand in marriage because their love story had just been so beautiful. And the king and queen readily agreed. They're like, yeah, that's a great match. Absolutely. And everyone was overjoyed at this beautiful love story. But on the night before his wedding, the prince was in his room getting ready for another night of dancing when he felt something brush against his leg. And he looked down.
Big ol' cockroach.
And it was a big old cockroach. He looked down and he saw it was the little white cat. And the second he saw it, he's like, oh, hi, cat, fucking shit. Ah, man. Ah, I done goofed. And the cat's looking at him like, yeah. Yeah, you did. Did you eat any fruit, buddy? Did you have a little snack when I told you not to? So as he's looking down at the cat and he's like cursing himself, he starts to feel sad and embarrassed and angry at himself and also really confused because he does love Eileen. He was out on a mission. He wants to save her, but he also really loves Kathleen. Like they've for weeks have been getting to know each other. He's excited to marry her. And so now he's like, I don't know what to do. And as he's thinking this, the cat's like, well, there's nothing you can do tonight. All right, you got to get through tonight. But tomorrow, go to the sea, unwind the second ball, and drop it into the water as you did the first. Be careful not to look left or right. You just have to look straight ahead, Orpheus rules. And don't let any living thing touch you, or if you do, you will never leave this island. Once you step foot onto the boat, you can look behind you and you can see what you will see, and you'll know who you love best, Princess Eileen or Princess Kathleen. Then you can either stay or go.
I feel like this is just me, right? Mm-hmm. You're trying to choose between two women. Mm-hmm. One of them you're supposed to marry tomorrow. The other one is trapped in a castle and slated to be married to a giant who might eat her.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you save her and then you decide.
Yeah, no matter what, you shouldn't just marry the one and let the other one get married to a giant.
Yeah, I feel like
you shouldn't let a kidnapped girl continue to be kidnapped. You should go help her first.
Yeah, and then after that you can figure it out, but like priorities.
I feel like you should have two secret families. You know? Am I right, men? My bros? My bitches? Okay.
You don't even remember most of your bitches.
I've forgotten so many bitches. You know what I've never forgotten? Every pear I've ever eaten. Everyone. A miracle. So the prince didn't sleep at all that night, but the next morning he left the palace at first light. When he reached the sea, he dropped the ball. He kept his eyes fixed on the little boat that was sailing towards him. And as he was doing this, the palace that was behind him started to like erupt in panic because people had kind of immediately noticed that he wasn't in his room. And they're like, where the fuck is he? They ran after him, calling his name, the king and queen, the maidens with their harps, and most upsetting to him, Princess Kathleen. She was like, what are you doing? What, is that a boat? Where are you going? We're getting married today. And so as she's like calling his name, he like almost turns around because he's like, oh fuck, that's my fiance. But he's also like, nope, I'm not going to fuck up again. I'm looking forward. I can make my decision on the boat. I was told I could. And then she reached out to grab his sleeve, but just as she was about to grab him and touch him, he jumped onto the boat and it started to kind of sail away. And as he was sailing away, he heard a loud scream that made him turn around. And when he did, he saw no kings, queens, or princesses, no lords or ladies. He just saw big green serpents. Ah! And they had red eyes and tongues, and they were hissing out fire and poison as they writhed about. So it's Eileen. Eileen's the love of his life. Don't worry about it.
But he was going to get married to so many snakes.
Oh, my snake wife. I love my snake wife. Anyway, it turned out that they were a bunch of snakes pulling a prank on him.
Classic prank, pretending to be a princess who wants to marry you. Dancing all night long.
Classic.
Telling you all of their secrets.
Yeah, bonding emotionally.
Inside jokes.
He definitely banged that snake, right?
Oh, he fucked the snake.
So the boat sailed for 3 days and he's like, I want some more of that forgetting fruit. I fucked a snake. The boat sailed for 3 days and 3 nights, and he was going mad with hunger and thirst again. And on the 4th morning, he finally saw another island off in the distance. The island was covered in trees that had bright red berries all over it, and so many berries that the leaves were barely visible, so from a distance, the whole island looked like it was like fiery red. The berries smelled so sweet, and the prince's mouth began to water. But he remembered what happened last time, and he was like, no, I mustn't. I can withstand the temptation. I don't need a berry. Juicy, delicious berry. So many of them, nobody would even notice. No, I mustn't.
Even though I'm so hungry and I've been such a good boy.
I've been such a good boy. But the boat sailed round and round the island, getting closer and closer. So for some reason, it's like circling the island, and the berries are just like getting closer and closer, and they also smell amazing. And he's just like, Why is this boat torturing me? Just go up to the fucking shore. It's been all day. And as they got close enough that he could reach out and touch the berries, but he was like, I mustn't. A big wind shook a bunch of the berries onto his boat, and he put his hands out like, why? And as he did that, a bunch of berries fell into his palm, and he's like, oh, man. It was as if God was saying, have a berry, son.
And then he's like, oh, no. And then a berry falls in his mouth.
Fucking gags on a berry. We've all been there. And the prince thought, trying one berry isn't going to end the world. I'm moving on, Max. And he popped one into his mouth. We've all been there. I'm too tired for this. And immediately, he forgot all about Eileen again. Just immediately, one berry in.
But does he remember his snake wife?
He remembers his other bitches. It's really all Eileen-based. He climbed out of the boat, and he ate more berries, and the boat sailed away without him. As he was eating, a giant iron ball suddenly knocked one of the trees down right next to him. And he was like, what the fuck is happening? And then a bunch of giants came running up after the ball, and they, like, saw him and all skidded to a stop, and they were like, what the fuck are you? What? And one of them, like, picked him up, and he's like, ah, and was, like, shaking him around, and he's like, stop it. Ah. And the giant said, who are you? What's up? And the prince said, I'm a prince. And then the giant asked him, oh, you're a prince, are you? What are you good for? And the story was like, he had never been asked this question, so he had no idea what to answer.
Princin.
I'm nothing. I keep eating and forgetting shit. I am good for eating pears and forgetting bitches. What are you good for, Max?
Math. Cook food.
Unionizing.
Have a lot of socks.
You don't have a lot of socks.
I have a lot of socks.
Why? You never wear socks.
I wear socks every day.
Fucking prove it.
Okay, I'm not wearing them right now. I was wearing them earlier when I was wearing shoes.
Guys, let the record show she's not wearing socks, and nor has she ever worn a sock. So the prince doesn't know how to answer this question. He's like, that's a really good
Wait, what are you good for? Real quick, what the fuck are you good for? Justify your existence.
Okay. I'm good for making art and not answering texts. Humbling you, for sure. If you're in a group text with me, expect to not hear from me for weeks at a time. And then I'll come in with art that I did and then dip out again. Oh,
that doesn't seem like good for.
Okay. So as he's trying to think of his answer, because he's like, this is hard. I keep thinking of negative
spreadsheets.
I'm not good at spreadsheets.
No, I'm good at spreadsheets.
Oh, I'm good at spreadsheets.
Okay.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, I fuck.
I fuck. So as he's thinking about this, an old giantess who...
Giantess?
The giant scientist.
She's so big.
The biggest giantess.
She's got a beaker and it's huge. Biggest lab coat you've ever seen.
Marie Largie. An old giantess with one eye in her forehead and one eye in her chin, which is gross.
In addition to the regular two? Or
I was just thinking that too. I think she has two eyes, but one's in her forehead and one's in her chin.
And no eyes on the other sides of the nose?
I don't think so. I mean, that's what I imagine, but you can imagine whatever you want. It's a free goddamn country. So,
I imagine that she has 10 eyes.
You can if you would like. She said, I know what he's good for. He's good to eat. So.
Oh.
At this, the other giants laughed because he was so tiny. And they're like, he's not good to eat. That's like, what is he, a Tic Tac? And the giantess picked him up and was like, well, I'm going to fatten him up. And she's like shaking him around. She's like, I'm going to fatten him up and then I'll give him to the king as a little snack. How about that? And then they were like, okay, well, have at it. And so she took him home and she fed him sugar and spice and all things nice.
And he turned into a girl.
Yeah, that's how you do it. At first, the prince was like, I'm not eating anything because I heard your plan and I'm not going to help you fatten me up. But the giantess...
But then he gets so hungry.
But the giantess held him over a fire until his feet were scorched. And he was like, okay, well, I guess I'll eat everything then. Hot feet? No thanks. Day after day passed, and the prince was getting a little depressed because he didn't want to be a tasty little snack for the king. He wanted to be a tasty little snack for himself. But as sad as he was, The story would like to remind us that Princess Eileen was even sadder because the balls were almost wound and nobody had come to save her yet. She was like, ah, no. Literally 2.5 balls are wound. Ah.
All beans.
I thought that somebody would be here by now. At last, the giantess came to the prince and told him that the king of the giants was going to return on the following day, and so this was the prince's last night alive. She's like, you're going to be a little snack tomorrow. How do you feel? And he's like, sad. She's like, okay. Well,
and
since
bloated.
Yeah, very, very heavy. I do think that I hold the weight well. I do think I look great. I wish you would make me more clothes. This is becoming a baby tea with every passing day. She asked him if he had any final requests. She's like, I'll grant you one final request. And he was like, oh, I can't think of anything. And she's like, okay, well, think about it and I'll come back. And then she left. The prince sat down in a corner and he thought for a little while until he suddenly heard a purring sound close to his ear. And he looked around and he saw the little white cat. And the cat looked at him and said, quote, I ought not come to you. I should fucking leave you here. But indeed, it is not for your sake I come. I come for the sake of Princess Eileen. Of course you forgot all about her. And of course, she is always thinking of you. It's always the way. And then he quotes this. He says, favored lovers may forget, slighted lovers never yet.
Uh-huh.
He's like, must be nice being the hot one in the relationship that can just forget everything. Meanwhile, she's over there just fucking remembering you every day.
I have no real basis or justification for this, but I have determined from this recent events that the cat is gay.
I think so too. Is it because he's speaking in rhyme now?
Yep.
You know the gays. Always rhyming.
The cat is being really weird to this guy and really, really mean to the princess who is his best friend.
Yeah! Aww.
He loves her so much and he's so mean.
He's also loyal. He's like tracking this guy down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's taking a long time for this guy to get everywhere. This is the cat.
He's her gay friend.
Yeah, I think so. As he starts to quote in rhyme why he's a piece of shit, the prince blushed with shame, and the cat was like, damn right, you should be blushing. This is fucking embarrassing. Get your shit together. And then he's like,
can.
yeah, fucking embarrassing. But then he was like, but I'm still going to help you. Because again, I love Eileen and she deserves to be helped. Ugh. So he said, when the giantess came back, the prince was to tell her that his final request was to see the ocean one last time. And then when he went to the water, he was to drop the third and final ball in and jump on the boat. And the cat's like, and then you'll fucking figure it out from there, I guess. And then he leaves. So he leaves just as the giantess is walking back in. And the prince is like, I thought of my request. I want to go see the ocean one last time. And she was like, okay, if you wake up early enough, you can go see the ocean. And he's like, oh, I'll be up at the first light of dawn. And she's like, okay. I guess he just gets to walk around.
Oh.
Yeah. So the next morning, he rushed out to the sea, and he dropped the little ball in, and he jumped in the boat. The day passed, and night fell, and then when the next day came, the prince saw a little green island before him. So it only took him like one day to get there, so he's not super hungry. He jumped out, and he went on until he reached a pleasant valley, in which was a castle as white as snow. As he approached it, the doors flew open for him, but as he walked through the halls, he didn't meet anyone. He's like, oh, it's an empty castle. Who opened the door? Weird. And then he sneezed a bunch, and he's like, why am I so itchy? In the principal apartment, he found a circular room that had 1,000 pillars in it. And every pillar was made of marble. And on every marble pillar, except for one in the center of the room, there was a little white cat with black eyes watching him.
Oh, the council.
Yes.
The council of cat.
He looked around the splendid room, and he saw that there was like gold and jewels glittering in rows on the walls. And as he was looking, the cats jumped from pillar to pillar and like watched him. But he looked up and noticed that none of them were jumping on that center pillar. And he's like, well, that seems important. Why are they avoiding that one? So he like walked up to it. And as he did, the little white cat that he knew appeared. And then he was like, do you recognize me? And he's like, I mean, yeah, I recognize you. Very clearly, you're you. And he's like, okay, well, we're all white here, so. Wasn't sure.
And you strike me as a racist.
I wanted to know. The cat introduced himself as the king of the cats. Cat king.
Ah.
And he was like, we prepared a feast for you. A fancy feast. And he clapped his little paws, and they brought the fancy feast out. After they had feasted, the cats brought out the sword that would kill the giant Trencos and the 100 cakes for the 100 watchdogs. And I'm sure the prince was like, oh, those were the ones. And he's like, the ones you were supposed to get? Yeah. The ones you forgot about? To get laid by a snake? Yeah.
To go fuck a snake.
We got it. While you were fucking that snake, we were getting the sword for you.
You're welcome.
Say thank you. The cat urged the prince to hurry because tomorrow was the wedding day. Before he left, he gave the prince a beautiful brooch, and he told him to give it to the princess as a gift from the cats. Give her some jewelry.
Aww.
They went down to the shore together, and as the prince stepped on the boat, the cats all mewed 3 times for luck. Mew, mew, mew. And he waved his hat 3 times in return. Swish, swish,
Flap,
swish.
flap, flap.
And then he took off as fast as a shooting star. He reached the giant's shores the next morning, and he rushed towards the castle. Immediately, all the dogs began to rush at him and, like, bark at him and spew fire and stuff. But he threw out the cakes, and each one, a dog would catch it and then fall down dead.
They didn't even have a chance to tear it to shreds.
They didn't rip it to shreds. Then the prince struck his shield 3 times with his sword, and the giant inside was like, who comes to challenge me on my wedding day? Who the fuck is out there? And the dwarves went out to see, and they came back in, and they were like, it's a prince. He wants to battle you, I guess. And the giant was like, okay. So he grabbed his heaviest iron club, and he rushed out to fight. And the fight lasted a whole day, and as the sun went down, the giant said, we have had enough fighting for the day. We can begin at sunrise tomorrow. Like, let's stop it for now. I'll go get married, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow morning when we're all refreshed.
Time out.
Do you want to come to the wedding? And at this point, the prince was like, nope, now or never. And then he darted forward. He ducked the giant's club, and then he stabbed him in the heart, killing him instantly. Why didn't he do that to begin with? I don't know. When the dwarves saw the giant was dead, they began to cry and tear their hair out. And the prince looked at them, and he was like, oh, no, guys, we're cool. I just wanted to kill him. You're good. I got no beef with you. You can stop crying. And they were like, really? And he's like, yeah. Is it cool if you go get Eileen so I can say hi? And they're like, okay. And so they all turned around and start like going to get her. They're like, whew, okay. And as they started to go in, Eileen, who had been watching from the window the whole thing, because she wasn't just in there fucking eating pears, she came out and she ran out to meet him. That night, the prince, Princess Eileen, all the dwarves, and the musicians all set out together to the palace of the Silver River, where the prince and princess were married in a beautiful ceremony. So they brought all of the people that had been in there with her. Mm-hmm. And the last line of the story is, and though she had diamonds and pearls to spare, the only jewel she wore on her wedding day was the brooch which the prince had brought her from the palace of the little white cat in the far-off seas. The end.
What a cat.
What a cat, what a cat, what a cat, what a cat, what a mighty good cat. What a mighty gay cat. Yeah, I like that. I really like that they brought all of the dwarfs and the musicians, all of her servants. I like that they didn't just leave them there and that they didn't punish them. The prince really didn't do much. He just kept fucking up left and right. But they made it like perilous enough that I'm like, well, nobody could have not eaten. 4 days of not eating or drinking anything, nobody would be able to just not do that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because also you would get the sword and then you would still have to travel back somewhere.
Yeah. It'd be like more than a week.
Yeah. You can't survive without water. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't really blame him for that. I thought it was an impossible situation, but I am interested to do more research as to why we keep getting these tropes of men specifically eating something immediately and forgetting. Right? Or like touching somebody immediately and forgetting, or talking to somebody immediately and forgetting, or looking at them like...
I would posit that it is for a similar reason that the reason why most accounts of amnesiac fugue are men.
Really?
Yes. Because, and again, this is essentialist, and this is based on no research except like anecdotal reference from pop psychology.
Yeah.
But I would posit that it's because there are a bunch of dudes who are like, no, I got my brain. I don't know. I forgot about you.
You think it's making up?
It was magic. I don't know how it happened. It was like I ate a berry and then I forgot all about you and then I fucked a snake.
I would have never done that if it weren't for the magical berries.
They made me forget about you.
And fuck a snake. They made me fuck that snake.
They made me fuck the snake.
That snake was so hot. Well, you don't need to hear that.
Yeah.
It could be. It could very well be. I also think there has to be something folktale-wise. There has to be a reason behind why it's always the men who are on it. And usually what I like about the other tropes we've had, like the other stories that have this trope, is usually the woman then has to go and either save herself or rescue him to get him out of the weird situation he's put himself in because he talked to a person when he wasn't supposed to. But in this one, she's still just damseled, you know? Like, she's still just in a castle waiting to be saved, even though he's fucking up left and right. And the cat have to keep coming up there being like, I shouldn't be helping you. I don't want to.
You're useless.
But I have to, because I like her. She's an idiot. She could just fucking leave. She doesn't.
What?
Anyway. That's a fun thing. And I'm going to look into it more.
I like it.
Good. You want to take a break? You are falling asleep over here.
I am.
Okay, again, Max slept like 30 hours in the past 2 days.
It's not enough.
All right, we're going to go take a break, and then we'll be right back. Goodbye.
Hi, Janey.
Hi, Max.
You little bastard.
That was to Fig. That was not to me.
Wasn't it? The story that I have for you today, Janey, is Tom Thumb.
Oh, yay!
I did Thumbelina
As promised.
previously.
Yes.
Now I'm doing Tom Thumb.
P.S. Pre-Shakespeare.
Ah, so true.
Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up!
Tom Thumb is the boy version of Thumbelina, which is to say that Thumbelina is the girl version of Tom Thumb.
No, Tom Thumb is the boy version of Thumbelina. We're taking it back.
We're taking it back. Tom Thumb predates Thumbelina. The earliest written recorded history of Tom Thumb is from 1621, but it is clear from the text that he was already established as a folkloric figure before then. We just don't have any record of the stories that were told. But I'm going to be telling the story that was written down in 1621, probably by Richard Johnson, although it's not clear.
Johnson? What?
Yeah.
Hello, it's me, Dick Johnson. I'm your father.
It's me, Ween Penis.
Ween Penis is your uncle. Don't talk to him.
Richard Johnson probably wrote this. We only have one surviving copy. It's in Boston, maybe? Or in New York. It's in New York.
You know the Bostonites are gonna fucking come for you.
I don't care. Kill me.
Dick Johnson's one of us.
No.
car in Boston Harbor.
No. Dick Johnson is from England.
Dick Johnson ain't one of us.
The
Like his
opposite.
look.
Dick Johnson from England wrote this story. The only surviving copy that we found, like in print, is in a museum. This is the earliest recorded record of Tom Thumb.
Okay.
The only reason why we think it's Richard Johnson is because he was an author operating at the correct time. And in the back of the one surviving copy of Tom Thumb that we have, there are initials that may or may not be RJ.
I like that there is a crude drawing of male genitalia.
Which makes us think, Dick Johnson.
This could have been Dick Johnson.
But this story's from 1621. It is called The History of Tom Thumb. Except, no, it's not.
Okay.
Because it was 1621. So it's called The History of Tom Thumb, the Little, for his small stature surnamed, King Arthur's dwarf, with an E, whose life and adventures contain many strange and wonderful accidents, published for the delight of merry time-spenders. It's a 40-page booklet, and most of it's the title.
Dwarf with an E is dwarf.
No.
That's what I have to say about that.
A dwarf with an E on the end.
Mary Timespender should be a name in the Discord. Mother Mary Timespender.
Merry, but yes.
Dwarf. Mary Timespender.
What would that be?
Dwarf.
dog worker exclusionary radical feminist. It's like a turf or a swerf. But for people who don't...
What's a swerf?
Sex worker exclusive radical feminist.
Okay.
Also, the radical feminist part of that is very much like, we call people TERFs. The RF stands for radical feminist. It's not rad. It's not rad to be a TERF.
Explain TERFdom to me. I genuinely don't know.
TERF, trans exclusive radical feminism.
Okay.
It's what they call themselves, which is why it's nice and polite, because anyone else would call them fucking bigots. But yeah, that's a TERF is like someone who's like, only real women are women, and like, I believe in feminism that's about the uterus, and it's stupid.
So your dwarf version was dog walker?
Dog worker. Because swerf is a sex worker exclusionary, where it's like
dog
all women
walker
have rights,
exclusive.
but some of them are whores, and it's like, ugh, that's also bad. And also, so
yeah.
So it would be dogs who have jobs that they're excluding.
I don't care if your dog sniffs out bombs. He's not part of my feminism.
I don't care if your dog rides a little bicycle to the newspaper factory every morning.
I care so deeply for that. I care so deeply about that. Anyway, guys, we all learned something today, or maybe it was just me. I'm an idiot, but I know what a TERF is now.
Yeah, like J.K. Rowling, her whole thing is like, only women are women, blah. And it's like, that's true, but...
The way that she's doubled down... We don't have to talk about this.
Yeah.
The way that she's doubled down, though, is truly bizarre. The way she keeps doubling down, I'm like, damn. You get older, you get stupider?
Is that what's going on?
You could just shut the fuck up, you know?
What if you did?
You could just shut the fuck up. Why isn't she shutting the fuck up?
She could just devote a small percentage more of her time to diving into her giant pits of money, Scrooge McDuck style, and eliminate that extra free time that she's using to be a fucking bigot.
She should just not have a Twitter. Like, genuinely. Why? Okay, we're not going to do this.
Regardless.
Okay, so Tom Thumb is a TERF?
No.
I forgot. I lost the thread. TERF.
Thumb exclusionary.
I lost the thread. What are we even talking about?
Dwarf.
Okay. Mary.
Just to be really clear,
Cars
fuck
benders.
TERFs, fuck swerfs.
Yes.
That is my official stance as a human being.
Yeah.
Just so that it's said, in case that needs to be said, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Trans women are women.
This is
trans
true.
men are men.
Dog walkers deserve rights.
I am a dwarf. I don't believe in dog workers' rights. Get a real job.
Damn.
Go work at the bank, you piece of shit.
I feel like, guys, I am still making, every once in a while, the friendship bracelets. And I feel like just having a bunch that say dwarf.
Go get a job at the bank.
Get a job at the bank, you fucking communist. Okay. All right. It's now 12:45 a.m.
So, the history of Tom Thumb the Little, for his small stature, surnamed King Arthur's dwarfa, whose life and adventures contain many strange and wonderful accidents, published for the delight of merry time spenders.
Okay.
Let us begin.
Let us pray.
This story is set in Arthurian times.
Oh.
King Arthur.
King Arthur.
And
As
his
mentioned.
dwarf.
His dwarf.
The year is approximately 516.
Okay.
King Arthur's wizard.
This is so random.
Yeah.
Tom Thumb in the time of King Arthur?
Yes.
This was written in 500?
No, this was written in the 1600s.
Okay, good. Whew.
But
Go
it's
ahead.
set in 516, the
Okay.
time of King Arthur.
Okay, got it.
King Arthur has a wizard. You may have heard of him. Merlin.
Wizard. Worf.
Wizard exclusive.
Wizard exclusionary radical feminist. Worf for wares.
What does that mean? Someone whose feminism does not include wizards, but does include werewolves.
Yes. I'm a wizard exclusionary radical feminist for werewolf rights. We're for wares. Tell me about Tom Thumb, goddammit.
I wouldn't even shut up. Merlin.
Oh.
Murph.
Murph. Max is drinking a beer, but I'm only drinking tea. I do think people think we're drunk on these podcasts sometimes.
Rarely are we drunk on these podcasts.
Never been drunk on this podcast.
I've been drunk on this podcast.
You've been drunk on this podcast?
Yes.
Now I'm jealous. Go ahead.
Only like once or twice.
We do want to do a drunk history version of the podcast for the Patreon.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Maybe for your birthday.
Drurf.
Drurf.
Anyways.
Yeah.
516. King Arthur. Merlin. Wizard.
Yeah.
Merlin is traveling around, and he comes to the cottage of a plowman, a man who plows.
Sure.
Merlin...
I've gone to a cottage of a plowman or two. Have you? Yes.
Merlin is in disguise as a beggar, as often many...
Just like doing some pranks.
Yeah. Just to see. So he comes to this plowman's cottage. He knocks on the door and he's like, "Hello, I'm so hungry. Please, will you take me into your home?" And the plowman's like, "Absolutely." And he brings him inside, and the plowman's wife is in, and she gets a wooden bowl full of milk and some crusty brown bread, and she gives it to Merlin, and it's like the finest food that they have, and Merlin eats it gratefully, and he thanks them for their hospitality. And then he notices that like it's like a nice little cottage, like it's very well taken care of, but it's pretty sparse. They're clearly not wealthy. And he also notices that they are both weirdly sad. And so the wizard Merlin's like, "Hey, what are you guys so sad about, gang?" And the plowman and his wife are like, "Well, we just really want a kid, and we haven't been able to have a child." And the plowman's wife says, "I would be happy with any son that I had, even if he was only as big as my husband's thumb."
My husband's thumb.
Yes.
My husband's got huge fucking thumbs.
And Merlin goes, "That'd be really funny, though."
Why is he pranking them? They were nice to them.
He's like, "That would actually be so funny, though. Could you imagine if there was a little guy who was the size of a thumb? That would be hilarious." And they're like, "Yeah, that'd be pretty good." He's like,
the bread had psychedelics in it. It had that fungus that makes you hallucinate.
Ergot. So he's like, "Wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if there was a little guy?" And they were like, "Yeah, that actually would be really hilarious." And he's like, "Oh my god, I can't stop thinking about how funny that would be if there's just like a little guy." And they're like, "Yeah, that'd be really funny. What if our baby was so small?" And he was like, "Oh my god, what if he was so small?" And they part ways, and he's like, "I'll see what I can do about getting you guys a kid." And they're like, "All right, thank you, the wizard
just
Merlin."
A random beggar. What do you mean you're going to try to get us a kid? No, thank you.
So Merlin goes off on his way, and he just can't stop laughing, thinking about how funny it would be if there was a tiny guy.
Is this true in the story?
Yes.
That he's laughing about it?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
Merlin,
thinks
you
it's so
dick.
funny if there was a tiny guy. And he thinks it's so funny, and he can't stop thinking about it. And he's like, "It would just be so fucking funny if there was a little guy." So he goes to the Queen of the Fairies, and he's like, "Let me pitch you on something. I met this couple. They want a child." And the wife was like, "Get this. I would be happy with a son, even if he was only as big as my husband's thumb." And the Queen of Fairies is like, "That's fucking hilarious." And Merlin's like, "I know,
They
right?"
haven't invented the
Comedy.
1001 Jokes books yet.
So Merlin and the Fairy Queen are like, "Oh my god, that would be so funny if there was a tiny guy." And then they both laugh for a little while, and Merlin's like, "So can you do it?" And the Queen of Fairies is like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." And she snaps her fingers, and the plowman and his wife become with child.
But how would they even notice?
A good question.
That's the sort of baby that you just have and don't realize you had.
So true. So Queen of Fairies is like, yeah, that would be fucking hilarious. Snaps her fingers. The plowman and his wife become pregnant.
Yeah.
Time passes, and the plowman's wife has the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and the Queen of Fairies is there for the birth.
Oh, she's the one that's telling her she's pregnant.
I guess.
That's good.
But she's like, I can't wait to see this fucking tiny guy. The plowman's wife gives birth to a tiny, tiny baby, no bigger than her husband's thumb.
Mm-hmm.
He stays no bigger than her husband's thumb, but it also says that when he's born, he's no bigger than her husband's thumb. So he stays the same size throughout his life, but he just becomes an adult who is the same size as he was when he was a baby, I think.
No, I feel like no bigger means he's smaller, and then he grows up and at his full height, he's no bigger than his... So he's still, like, probably the size of husband's thumb.
Surely he is the size of husband's thumb.
What do you think? Is it
I think
all
that
the
he's...
knuckles, or is it, like, the first knuckle? I'm serious. When I think about the thumb, I'm thinking about, like, the thumb pad.
I'm thinking about the part that isn't in the hand. I'm thinking about this part.
The one that my mom used to say that to torture somebody, you could twist it out at the root.
What the fuck?
I know. It used to make me really upset.
Oh my god.
Come to think about it, I don't know why she used to say that to me. Now that I said it out loud and saw your face, I'm beginning to think that moms shouldn't say that to their kids.
That's harrowing. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick.
I gotta call my mom.
I gotta call your mom too.
It wasn't until this moment that I realized that's a weird thing to say to a child.
What the fuck, Jane?
Max and I, just a quick tangent. Max and I tried to watch the Lizzie Borden show with Christina Ricci, and it was bad. But they opened the show with the little girls jumping up and down, like doing their jump rope shit, and singing the Lizzie Borden song, which is like, Lizzie Borden had an axe, gave her father 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her mother 41. So they're singing it, and I was like, oh man. And I turned to Max and I said, do you remember when like your mom would like sing this to you at night?
To like put you to sleep?
And Max was like, what the fuck? No? And I was like, oh. I was like, you definitely heard this from your mom. And she's like, no one's ever heard that from their mom. What do you mean?
It's deeply fucking weird.
I may have been raised by Morticia Adams.
Oh, if only.
If only. It's just my mom, but also she says weird stuff.
I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
Yeah, the word root really is bad.
Mm-hmm. It's really bad. Okay. Okay.
So he's the size of a thumb. Possibly the whole thumb. Again, I was just thinking the thumb pad.
I'm thinking this much thumb.
Okay. That's the whole thumb, guys.
No. This is the whole thumb.
Oh, so up to like the big knuckle at the bottom.
Yeah, where it connects with the hand.
Yeah. It's good.
When I think the whole thumb, I think the whole, like all the way down to the wrist.
Okay.
I'm thinking...
So he's actually pretty big if he's the whole thumb. How big are the husband's hands?
Real quick, how big are your husband's hands?
Everybody send us on the Discord measurements of your husband's hands. No reason.
I choose to read it as he stays the same size from when he's a baby to when he's an adult. Mm-hmm. So he just gets smaller and manlier. Anyways. Queen of Fairies attends the birth of this tiny, tiny baby. As soon as he's born, she's like waiting on the windowsill for him to be born. And as soon as he's born, she like leans down and she kisses him on the forehead.
Aww.
And she says, "Your name will be Tom Thumb."
They didn't get to fucking make that baby themselves. They didn't get to fucking name that baby themselves.
No.
That was a fucking joke they said over like bread and milk with a beggar. These people need to stop fucking meddling. I'd hate this kid.
What? You'd hate the kid?
Yeah.
Why?
I wouldn't bond with that kid out of principle.
And then the Queen of Fairies gives him clothes. There are a lot of...
They don't even get to fucking dress this kid themselves?
No.
Fucking butt out, Queen of Fairies.
So this is his outfit, right? Fit check. An oak leaf hat he had for his crown, his shirt of web by spiders spun, with jacket wove of thistles down, his trousers were of feathers done.
Wearing feathered trousers.
His stockings of apple rind.
Ow.
They tie with eyelash from his mother's eye. His shoes were made of mouse's skin, tanned with the downy hair within.
Is the fairy also small?
I don't know.
This shouldn't be that shocking to her.
The fairy?
Yeah.
Why would it be shocking?
She was like, this is hilarious, let's do it. But, like, I feel like if fairies are this size, then...
But it's hilarious because he's not a fairy. He's a human. But he's so small. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Like, that's
so
just...
he's wearing Oakleys?
Yeah. Yeah, he's wearing Oakleys.
It's nice. You could probably sell those.
I really like this story as much as Hans Christian Andersen's Thumbelina is obsessed with, like, and he's so small.
He's so small.
His belt is an eyelash.
His mom's eyelash.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
His shoes are made of mouse's skin.
Mm-hmm. So that's actually horrifying.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. So that is the birth of Tom Thumb.
Okay.
Tom grows up, stays the same size.
Yeah.
I choose to believe.
Matures.
Into a young boy. And he plays with all the other young boys and has a great time. The only difference is that he's so small.
They can squish him.
But they don't.
That's nice.
But they could.
And they know it.
And they know it.
They're drunk with power.
So he always plays cherry stones with the other boys, which sounds like the dumbest and most boring game I can imagine.
It is so early in human history, and they do not have SNL yet.
They play cherry stones, and whenever he runs out of cherry stones, which is apparently a component of the game cherry stones, he is so tiny that he sneaks into the other boys' pouches where they keep all of their cherry stones, and he steals their cherry stones, put them in his pockets.
They're doing you a real fucking favor not squishing you. Don't steal from them.
Whoa. Let's not applaud basic human decency. He sneaks in, he takes the cherry stones and puts them in his pockets and then climbs out. And he's like, wow, I guess I still have so many cherry stones left. Yeah. That's what he does because he's a little scamp. And one day, one of the boys catches him coming out of his cherry purse.
Yeah, his cherry purse.
Yeah.
You keep your grubby little fingers out of my cherry purse, you whore.
This kid catches him, like, climbing out with, like, the cherry stones in his pockets. And he's like, I knew that you had been stealing our cherry stones. And Tom Thumb is like, what? No. And he's like,
4K.
You're literally doing it right now. And he takes the cherry pouch with Tom still in it, and he tightens the drawstrings around Tom's neck, and then he takes the whole bag and he shakes it really hard.
Beats the shit out of him with cherry stones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Tom, bruised and sore, is let out of the pouch, and he's like, I won't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
This is an incident in Tom Thumb's life.
Okay. He's a real Tom Sawyer.
Is he? Does that happen to Tom Sawyer?
Word for word. Huck Finn puts him in a bag and shakes him real hard.
Here's another thing that happened to Tom Thumb.
Okay.
His mom was making a pudding, which is not like pudding. It's like a...
bread.
Yeah. It's like a bread. His mom is making pudding, and he wants to see how she's doing it. So he climbs up on the edge of the bowl while she's mixing all this stuff in, and then she turns around to get some spices, and he loses his balance, and he falls in the bowl, straight in the pudding.
Aw, Tom.
Classic Tom. And his mom turns around, and she puts the spices in, and she keeps mixing, and he goes to scream that he's in the pudding. But the pudding fills his mouth, and he begins to drown in the pudding.
Oh,
and so
no.
he's just thrashing around, but she doesn't notice because she's stirring the pudding.
This is so stressful for her. She could eat her son.
And then she puts the pudding, I don't know how exactly this works, but she puts the pudding in boiling water over the stove.
Mm-hmm.
and then turns back, and he's still in the pudding.
No.
And so he's just like in there, and he's thrashing around and kicking and trying to scream and get all of the like pudding dough out of his mouth, but it's so sticky and he's just drowning. And finally she looks over and she sees that the pudding is
moving,
yeah,
roiling, splashing. Splashing made her look up.
She sees that the pudding is retaliating.
What? Yeah.
And
agitated?
Sure. And she takes the pudding and she's like, witchcraft! And she throws it out the front door. Tom is still in it.
Ma'am, you have the smallest son alive. Check the pudding.
Check the pudding, ma'am. But she tosses it out. It is like not completely baked yet. Tom's still in the middle trying to get out. And then a poor tinker is passing by with his cart. And he sees this woman throw out a perfectly good pudding. And so he stops and he picks it up and he's like, more for me. And he goes to take the pudding home. And as he's carrying the pudding home, Tom is finally able to get the rest of the pudding out of his mouth, and he starts screaming and shouting, and he's like, I'm in here, please let me out.
Aww.
And the tinker's like, what the fuck is that?
Talking pudding.
And then he says, witchcraft, and he throws the pudding, and it breaks apart into crumbly bits, and poor Tom Thumb has to crawl out of the wreckage of the pudding and walk all the way back home, which is like 30 whole feet. It takes him all afternoon.
Yeah, it's so far away.
And he gets back in, and his mom is looking all throughout the house for him. And she's like, where did he go? And he's like, Mom, I don't feel good. Just covered in cake. And so she takes him in and cleans him up. And puts him in bed.
Learns a valuable lesson about checking the pudding first.
Yes. Don't check your puddings before you've boyed.
Okay. Classic saying.
Classic saying. So, that's another incident in the life of Tom Thumb.
Yeah.
Sometime later, his mom goes to go milk the cow out in the pasture, and she brings Tom with, but he's so small, and it's very windy. So, in order to make sure that he doesn't get blown away in the wind, she takes a single piece of thread and she ties it around her son, and then she ties it around a thistle that's near the cow while she milks the cow. And that way he can't get blown away by the wind.
Tie him to a rock or something heavier than a thistle. Those sway in the wind.
Yeah.
Why is she so stupid?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's not my job.
She never went to school. I don't know.
So Tom is tied to this thistle, and his mom is milking the cow. And the cow suddenly notices that there's a delicious-looking oak leaf in the shape of a hat tied to a thistle.
The cow's
like, what a delicacy.
Oakleys. Those would look fucking sick on me.
I would look so fucking cool. I would look like I had a boat.
Should I get a pink polo and pop the collar and wear my Oakleys? And flip-flops?
This might be crazy, but...
I'm gonna be the coolest cow in 2007.
Must be nice. So this cow sees a delicious-looking thistle with an attached amuse-bouche of oak leaf.
Yeah.
That has a guy on it also. And so the cow leans down and eats up the thistle and also the oak leaf and also Tom and also the string. And as soon as he gets into the cow's mouth, Tom starts screaming, and he's like narrowly avoiding being crushed in the cow's teeth.
Yeah.
And he starts yelling, and his mom's like, Tom? Hello? And she's like, where are you? And he's like, I'm in the cow's mouth. Help, mother.
Oh, no.
And then she is able to... She goes around to the front of the cow, and the cow's like, what? And he opens his mouth, and Tom falls out. And his mom catches him in her apron and takes him home and cleans him up. It's like, Tom, how do you keep getting in these situations?
And he's like, you specifically keep putting me in these situations.
You asked for a tiny son.
You're a terrible mother.
Around this time, his dad was like, Tom, you gotta learn how to work the fields.
No.
You gotta...
What fields?
The plow fields.
What? What? No.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta start earning a living around here. And so he makes a little tiny whip out of barley straw, and he gives it to Tom, and he's like, get to work.
Doing what, sir? This dad is stupid, too. So
Everyone in this.
So neither of them went to school?
So Tom is like, you got it, Pop. And he goes out to the fields, and he starts...
Fielding.
I almost said plowing the horse.
No, he's too
No.
little.
No. He starts to cause the horse to plow.
He starts plowing the fields with the horse.
With the horse. Yes, thank you.
The horse is plowing the fields.
Yep.
That's just an example of what's happening.
It's just a classic example of what happens in the fields. Okay.
When I cut this down, it's gonna sound so professional.
So Tom is
thumbing.
What?
He's thumbing.
No.
Tom is plowing.
The horse. Tom is...
On the horse?
Yes. The horse is plowing.
Yes.
Tom and the horse are plowing.
They're in love.
And there isn't much description, but Tom falls over and he slips into one of the furrows in the earth where the plow has just come through, and so there's like a dip. And he's just stuck in this little furrow. And then a raven sees him and is like, ooh, a worm. And swoops down and picks him up. And he starts kicking and screaming. And the raven's like, this isn't a very nice worm. And so the raven lands and drops Tom and flies away. Where the raven landed was in a castle by the sea.
Oh. Owned
Owned by a giant.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what an unlikely pair.
The giant's name is Grumbo.
Oh, I would die for Grumbo. Grumbo, my love. Let's run away together. No one will ever love you as much as I do, Grumbo.
You're immediately emotionally abusing Grumbo.
Grumbo, you should never leave the house unless I'm with you. It's dangerous out there. Here, put on this little baby tea.
So the crow drops Tom Thumb at the castle of Grumbo the giant.
Grf.
By the sea.
Grumbo, exclusionary radical feminist.
No, I knew what you meant. And Grumbo sees a little guy and says, what a tasty treat for Grumbo.
Okay, that's like the equivalent of seeing a raisin on the ground.
Yeah, and he loves raisins from the ground.
I've never seen a raisin that's made me stop and go, what a tasty little treat.
Grumbo's different.
Little popcorn shrimp. I might stop for a popcorn shrimp.
Okay, Missouri. I might stop for a popcorn shrimp.
I might stop.
For a popcorn shrimp. Whew.
Guys, it's too late for us to be doing this. Go ahead.
Okay.
And she's gonna drink some beer first.
You don't have to narrate my life. We don't need to know what I'm doing.
She's looking at her notebook. Sighing deeply. Oh my god. Yeah. Holy water.
Grumbo the giant swallows Tom Thumb.
Wow.
Eats him.
Yeah.
Eats him whole. Tom, on the way down, doesn't want to be eaten by a giant.
On the way down in the giant. I'm crying for my mom.
You're not helping.
I know.
So Tom, on the way down, he kicks and he screams and he scratches.
Yeah,
and the giant's like, ooh, ooh.
That's what happens when you dry swallow a pill.
No, it's not.
That's exactly what it
You'll
feels
be fine.
like. I'll die.
No. Grow up.
I need so much juice.
So Tom kicks and jumps inside of the giant's throat until the giant is, his stomach is very upset by all of this kicking and jumping. And the giant leans over the edge of the castle and throws up.
Grumbo.
With Tom. Tom is in the puke.
Ew!
And it goes in the ocean.
This alone should kill Tom.
And Tom lands in the ocean in the puke. And he's like, thank God.
Ew.
I survived being eaten by a giant.
But now you're in an ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You're the size of a raisin.
And then a fish comes up and eats him.
Everybody wants a piece of Tom Thumb.
Everybody wants a piece of Tom Thumb. A fish comes up and eats him, which, like, gross fish that was in puke.
Fish don't care.
Fish don't care. That fish fucking crazy. I also accidentally spelled fish in my notes. Fishe.
Fish.
Fish.
Fish. I like how you're going into the medieval spellings.
Fish.
Fish.
So the fish eats Tom Thumb, and boy, things are not looking good for our heroes. He kicks in punches, and the fish does not care.
Oh, yeah.
Too stupid. The end. No, a fisherman catches the fish.
Oh, okay.
And they bring it to the castle, a different castle.
I back up to the giant, and he's like, a tasty little raisin.
What a good day for Grumbo.
The boy's so nice. I ate him twice.
A fisherman catches this big fish that ate Tom.
Yeah.
And brings him to the castle and sells him to the cook at the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And the cook cuts open the fish, and inside he finds a boy.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, wow, a boy in the fish. And they're like, we have to tell the king. This is so exciting. And so they go and get King Arthur.
Oh, okay. Title of story, kind of.
Kind of. They go and get King Arthur, for whom this fish was purchased as a feasting food.
Yeah.
Yeah. A feasting fish, if you will.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, we got you this fish, but it has a boy in it. What do you want us to do? And King Arthur is like, that's hilarious. Look how little that guy is.
I get the joke.
I get the joke, says King Arthur. And so he makes Tom his official dwarf. This is insensitive in today's world, but in this case, a dwarf is like a jester. So he makes Tom his dwarf, his jester. Mm-hmm. And Tom entertains the king and the queen and all of the knights of the round table just by being a little guy.
For being a little guy.
He just walks around and he's like, this spoon is too big for me. And they're like, oh my God, Tom.
Thank you for the meal, but can you cut it up into 92 different portions? I am so small.
They all shit their pants laughing. So he's now the king's official jester. And the king takes him everywhere. He loves this little guy. Mm-hmm. Whenever the king goes out for a ride, he takes Tom with him. And Tom gets to sit on King Arthur's horse with him. Mm-hmm. Just like tiny.
Yeah.
But then sometimes when King Arthur's out riding, it starts raining. And poor Tom, he could drown in a raindrop.
Yeah.
So when it starts to rain, the people say that the king takes Tom and puts him in his little pocket, and then Tom gets to take a nice warm little nap in the king's pocket.
That's nice. Oh, to be a tiny man in King Arthur's pocket. You know who else doesn't like the rain? Bees. That's real. I'm not doing a bit.
The more you know.
Bees and hummingbirds are enemies, which was devastating for me to learn. They vie for the same flowers. They're always trying to chase the other ones off.
Vie.
But they fly for the same flowers. But when it rains, the hummingbirds are like, haha, because one raindrop can fucking take a bee out. So they have to leave.
So true.
Yeah, the hummingbirds are safe.
Unless it's a bumblebee. I feel like a bumblebee would be fine. They're the fucking
hit in the head with a fucking raindrop.
Bumblebees are the big Hummers of the bee world.
Big old tanks of the bee world.
Yeah, they're fine. They can run into anything and they're fine. Mm. They're just big and stupid.
Okay, let's keep going. How dare you? How dare you? By the way,
Remember Grumbo?
I do remember Grumbo. I love Grumbo. Grumbo for president. Also, people on the Discord agreed with me that June bugs are fucking stupid.
Okay.
So that's good for me to know, as everyone else agrees. Stupidest bug goes to June bugs.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, one day King Arthur asks Tom, he's like, so tell me, are your parents tiny or are they regular sized?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they like regular or are they like really small like you? Or is one of them small and one of them is big? How big are your parents?
Tell me all about it.
And Tom says, well, no, my parents are regular. They're just like everyone around here. They're normal sized. I'm just really small. But they're the same size as everyone here in your court. Yeah. I mean, they're not as wealthy as everyone here in your court.
They're certainly
very,
not
very
as
poor.
intelligent. They're both stupid as fuck.
And the king is like, oh my god, I never even considered that your family probably has bills to pay.
Oh.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
And so the king is like, you know what, Tom? You've been a good dwarf to me. And he takes Tom to the royal treasury and he says, here, take anything you can carry home to your parents.
So fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
That's so fucked up. That was just another joke.
Is he just a joke to you? So Tom very carefully looks through the king's treasury and he finds one silver 3-penny piece that he can lift on his back. Aww. And he's like, thank you, my liege. And he very slowly starts walking to his parents' house.
Oh my god, he couldn't even walk 30 feet in a day.
And now he's carrying a big old penny.
Jesus Christ.
So Tom sets off from the king's castle, and it takes him 48 hours of walking straight.
So that means they were right across the street from the castle, yeah. For sure.
For sure. He has to take like 100 or more breaks,
yeah,
just to make it through. And by the time he finally gets back to his mom and dad's house, he is on the brink of death from exhaustion.
Yeah.
And he collapses in front of their house.
Also, it's so lucky that nobody tried to, like, rob him.
Yeah. He collapses at the front door of his parents' house, and his mom opens the door and sees him and is like, oh my god, my son. She brings him inside and everything. And she gets a little walnut, and she curls him up in the little walnut with a blanket so that he can get warm. And then she feeds him a big old hazelnut. And it says that she feeds him a hazelnut over the course of 3 days. And then he gets really sick because usually a whole hazelnut would last him like a month.
He's so small.
He's so small. But his family's very grateful for this windfall that he's brought them. 3 whole pennies.
Wow.
And they nurse him back to health. And then he's like, all right, I have to return to my duties with the king.
I gotta be a silly little guy over there at the castle.
I gotta go be a silly little guy.
Dad, I finally got a job. I'm an improviser. For pay.
But in the meantime, while he was recovering, it rained.
Uh-oh.
And he cannot possibly go out in the mud. He'll die.
Okay, they live across the street from this goddamn castle. Can't they just walk him over?
No, he's very proud.
He shouldn't be. He has nothing to be proud of.
Don't be mean to him. He's so small. He can't handle it.
Is he still wearing his birth eyelash belt?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he has nothing to be proud of.
Hey. He's styling in that belt. Can you stop putting the straw in your nose?
No, I can't.
So it's very muddy. He can't possibly get back to the castle by himself, so he has to wait a little while. In the meantime, his mom makes him a tiny parasol.
Oh.
And then, when the rain stops and the wind picks up, she waits for the wind to be moving in the direction of the castle.
Oh.
And then she has Tom grab the parasol, and she picks him up in her hand and blows, and he gets caught up in the wind and sails all the way back to King Arthur's castle, all 30 feet.
Jesus.
So he floats down in the middle of the courtyard of King Arthur's castle. But, wouldn't you know it, directly where he lands is the soup.
The soup? The royal soup?
The royal soup!
Oh no, you know every castle has soup.
The cook is walking from the kitchen to the king's table to bring him his favorite treat.
Oh, the cook's about to get a big raise for this hilarious
Fermenty.
joke. Fermenty?
Mm-hmm.
Beer soup?
Maybe.
Delicious.
Could be.
Love a good,
I didn't Google it.
Love a good beer cheese soup. Delicious.
That's not a soup. That's a dip.
It was a soup in Pear pasty, and it was amazing.
Sounds like a dip to me.
It was broccoli and beer cheese soup.
Oh, okay.
It was delicious.
If it's got broccoli in it, then it can
Then
be a
that's a soup.
yeah,
That was really good.
good soup. Tom lands directly in the fermenty that the cook is bringing to the king, and wouldn't you know it, the fermenty is the king's favorite treat in the whole wide world, and he's so excited about it. And Tom falls right in there with his muddy, muddy butt, and he
Also-
splashes hot fermenty, whatever the fuck that is, all over the cook,
Yeah.
and the cook is furious. He's tired of this little motherfucker. He's like, I was bringing this to the king, and the king was going to be so happy, and now you've ruined it.
Yeah.
So he fishes Tom out, and he carries him to the king, and he says, my liege, this little asshole ruined your fermenty on purpose.
Muddy little butt.
And the king says, he did what? On purpose?
What?
And the cook is like, yes, on purpose, because he hates you.
What?
And King Arthur says, well, then he must be put to death. Off with his head.
Squish him.
No, beheading specifically. Don't be fucking silly, Jamie.
That would be silly. Also, maybe let Tom Thumb say something.
No, he's too small. So there's no trial. The king announces that Tom Thumb will be put to death for ruining his good soup.
That's not a fireable offense. That's not even a fireable offense. Certainly not a death sentence.
But as everyone is standing around and Tom is like, how am I going to get out of this one? There's a miller who's a part of the crowd of people watching Tom Thumb get sentenced to death for ruining the soup. Mm-hmm. And the miller is like slack-jawed because he's dumb. The story actually calls him a booby.
He's such a booby.
What a booby.
Sometimes I'm a booby.
You're a bird? If you're a booby, I'm a booby.
You keep telling the goddamn story.
So this miller is gaping with his mouth open, and Tom sees an opening.
Oh no.
And he dives headfirst into the miller's mouth. And he's so slippery and small that the miller doesn't even notice.
What?
And everyone is being like, oh my god, I can't believe the king's gonna execute Tom Thumb. And then they look around and they realize Tom Thumb is nowhere to be found. So they look around for him for a little while. And meanwhile, Tom waits inside of this guy's esophagus. And eventually they're all like, well, we don't know where he is. He's too small. We lost him. And they all disperse. And so Tom waits until he hears the sound. Tom waits.
Tom waits.
Tom Thumb waits until he hears the sound of the mill going, because the miller has returned back home. And then he's like, all right, I gotta get out of this fucking guy's belly.
Yeah.
And he starts squirming around and kicking and punching. And the miller's like, oh my god. Oh no. And the miller calls a doctor.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that he's having
Oh no, medieval
tummy
doctor.
troubles. And the doctor shows up and listens to his stomach, and he hears a little guy kicking and punching and going, fuck you, Hey-ya! He's like, there is something seriously wrong with you. And he calls in 10 other doctors and 20 wise men.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what the fuck kind of problem this is, but it's a serious one. So all of these learned men gather around the miller and listen to his stomach breathing heavily after having just tried like a judo throw on some debris.
Yeah. Well, the miller's eating some debris.
Delicious.
Delicious debris.
And Tom is inside of the miller, and the miller yawns, and Tom sees an opportunity, and he slip slides and jumps up out of the miller's mouth and onto the table. And all of the wise men and doctors are like, what the fuck?
Ta-da!
And the miller sees him and goes, you little motherfucker, and picks him up. And Tom is like, no, I escaped. And he's like, no, you didn't. And he picks him up and he's like, you're the reason I've been having so many tummy troubles. And he walks his ass right back to the king.
Oh no!
And the king is in the middle of some important business when he gets there. And so he's like, just go put him somewhere and I'll deal with it later.
Mm-hmm.
And so the miller is like, okay, I'll go put him somewhere. And the cook's like, don't worry, I'll take care of it.
No.
This cook has a grudge.
Yeah.
And so the cook puts him in a little mouse trap, one of the little mouse cages.
Oh, yeah.
And locks him away and throws the mouse trap in a corner. And he's like, ha ha ha, that's what you get for ruining my soup.
Dude, you gotta get over that.
And Tom is in this little mousetrap for a whole week.
Oh my God.
Before King Arthur remembers, where's my funny little guy?
Where's my funny little guy?
And finally Arthur summons Tom before him and he pardons him.
Okay.
Because he realizes it's not that serious. It was just soup.
It's soup, dude.
It's soup, dude.
Hey, it's me, soup, dude.
Hey, it's me.
Like and subscribe for more soup content.
No, I will mail you soup.
For every 1 million subscribers, I send out 1 million soups. It's me, the soup dude. It's 1:30.
So he pardons Tom, and Tom is like, well, I don't feel great about being a part of this court anymore.
Yeah.
And King Arthur's like, no, you're so funny, you have to stay.
No.
And Tom is like, I don't know. And he's like, wait, I'll make you a knight. And Tom is like, okay. So King Arthur knights him, Sir Thomas Thumb.
Oh.
Which isn't his name. He made his name longer for no reason.
Yeah, he's a king, he can do that.
And he also gives him some new clothes.
Oh
his first new set of clothes from when he was born.
Jesus Christ.
Of butterflies' wings his shirt was made, his boots of chicken's hide. And by a nimble fairy blade, well learned in the tailoring trade, his clothing was supplied. A needle dangled by his side, a dapper mouse he used to ride. Thus strutted Tom in stately pride.
Little mouse horse.
He's got a little mouse horse. And now that he's a knight, Tom has responsibilities.
Yeah.
So he has to ride out with the knights anytime the king leaves on his little mouse. And one day he is riding out with all the knights at a full gallop. They are just walking. And a mean old farm cat sees this fancy little mouse and pounces on the mouse and carries it up into the eaves of the farmhouse and immediately starts eating the mouse. But Tom is brave and he has a weapon now.
Yeah.
So he fights back and he holds the cat off until he sees one of the knights riding underneath, and then he grabs his mouse and he topples back towards the ground, Mission Impossible style.
Yeah.
And lands in the knight's lap. And the knight's like, oh, hey, little guy. And he puts him in a little box and they're safe.
Yay.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Sometime after that, the Queen of Fairies came to visit Tom. And then she brings him to Fairyland for a couple of years, just for fun. Like a Rumspringa, I guess, for like being a fairy. So he's gone for a while in Fairyland, doing fairy things. When he returns, more time has passed than the time that he was aware of in Fairyland. Much time has passed. When he gets back, King Arthur and his court are all long dead. So he doesn't know anyone anymore.
Wow.
But he really is missing that courtly lifestyle. So he goes to the castle of the current king, King Tunston, who is a successor of Arthur's. And Tunston receives Tom, and he's like, what's your deal? And Tom has spent apparently the past couple of years making up a little rhyme about himself. My name is Tom Thumb. From the fairies I've come. When King Arthur shone, his court was my home. In me he delighted. By him I was knighted. Did you ever hear of Sir Thomas Thumb?
No.
No.
Tell me the rhyme again. Oh, my name is Tom, and I'm here to say I'm the size of your thumb, and I'm in your way.
And King Tunston is so delighted by this weird little rap
Yeah.
that this tiny man has done that he commands his royal thing makers to make a tiny chair for Tom that goes on the table next to the king so that Tom can sit and eat dinner, and he'll be at a tiny chair on the table next to the king's dinner, and they can hang out.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
That's what you would do?
I want a tiny high chair for my friend Tom Thumb, who's here to say he has an eyelash belt and he'll go all the way.
Oh my god. Oh, Tom has fallen on a hard time. He also orders that his royal thing makers make a tiny gold palace for Tom.
Whoa, his own house?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It is as tall as a hand.
Oh, too much space for Tom.
I know. It's like, you gotta downsize a little bit. A tiny little golden palace with a tiny little golden door that Tom can go in and out of. Yeah. And also, he has a coach made for him that's pulled by 6 mice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's training these mice? Who's training these mice?
It's a really good question. King Tungsten doesn't seem like he has a lot on his plate.
No, there's no war. The land is in peace.
Yep. He's making a car for a tiny guy.
He's building a dollhouse. I really love this job.
Me too. King Tungsten's wife, the queen, is very jealous of all of the attention that King Tungsten is showing to this tiny guy, though.
Yeah.
So...
It's clearly into him. We already know that Tom...
He's trying to fuck that tiny guy.
Tom Thumb is gonna go all the way.
So the queen is jealous, and she's like, I gotta get this tiny motherfucker out of here. Yeah. So she goes to the king, and she's like, you will not believe what Tom said to me. He was so saucy. And the king's like, no. She's like, yes. And he's like, well, then he must be punished.
For what? You didn't
Being saucy to the queen.
She didn't even tell her what she said.
Being saucy.
Oh, my name is Tom, and I'm here to say that you, my queen, are having a bad hair day.
Oh, I read that. I don't know what they meant by saucy, but I interpreted that as he was hitting on the queen.
Oh, my name is Tom, and I'm here to say I'm gonna go all the way.
That's just a regular song.
Yeah, but
that doesn't mean nothing.
He said it to her.
He says it to everyone.
And my name is Tom, and I'm here to say that I've heard you are a pretty good lay.
Woo! Tom! Yeah, that's probably what he said.
Yeah.
I invite you to mine, but my bed is a nut.
This isn't right.
So I'll come to yours and something that rhymes.
And we'll do it in the butt.
That's what I was going to say, and then I chose not to, and then you did it for me.
Wow, I'm the pawn.
Much to consider.
Max, you have to finish this story.
I'm trying so hard. So, the queen is like, you gotta get that little motherfucker out of here. And the king is like, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, Tom told me he was into butt stuff. That was uncomfortable.
For my butt. When we did it.
What? That wouldn't be uncomfortable for her. He's so small. Just a thumb in the butt.
Which is fine, as everyone knows.
Fine. Everyone knows that.
So the king is like, oh, Thomas, I would like to have a word with you. And Tom, who knows how kings can be, crawls into a little snail shell and hides. And he hides for so long that he is almost starving. And everyone's still looking for him, but they've kind of given up. And finally, he sees an opportunity. A butterfly lands on the ground near him.
Oh, no!
And he makes a mad dash from the snail shell to the butterfly. And he jumps on the butterfly's back, and the butterfly flies away. And he's like, at last, I'm free! And all of the king's men are like, there he is! Get him! And they're all trying to chase this butterfly.
That's so whimsical.
I know. But the butterfly flies out of the castle grounds and out to the meadows. And Tom is like, thank goodness, I'm free. I'm finally safe. And then the butterfly flies back into the castle.
No! Butterflies are so stupid.
And lands on the king's table. And the king is like, hello, Thomas.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
And the queen is like, well, he did still say some really rude stuff to me, so I do still need him to be put to death. And the king is like, all right, give me a little while to think about it. So he gets a mousetrap, not knowing how deeply traumatizing that is for Tom. He puts Tom in the mousetrap and then puts the mousetrap away. But there's a cat who lives in the castle now. Yeah. And the cat is used to stealing all of the mice out of the mousetraps and eating them.
Mm-hmm.
So the cat, like, bats the cage until the little wires come apart, and then Tom is able to escape.
Nice.
And he gets away. He goes up to the king, and he's like, I think it's bullshit, actually, that you were gonna kill me.
Oh, fuck.
And the king is like, you're right. You're just a little guy. You're pardoned. And Tom is like, finally, I can live my life in peace. But then, only a few days later, he's wandering the castle when he is attacked by a monster. It's a big old spider.
Ooh, no.
And he fights bravely, but the spider gets the best of him.
Oh my god.
And he
death by
is
spider?
killed.
What a nightmare.
The line is, he fell dead on the ground where he stood, and the spider sucked every drop of his blood.
This became a horror story at the end?
Yeah, and that's how Tom died.
Tom meets a grisly end.
Yes. The court all mourns for their tiny, silly little guy.
The court is fickle as fuck.
They erect a monument in his honor, a very tiny monument. And on the monument is inscribed, here lies Tom Thumb, King Arthur's knight, who died by a cruel spider's bite. He was well known in Arthur's court, where he afforded gallant sport. He rode at tilt and tournament, and on a mouse a-hunting went. Alive he filled the court with mirth, his death to sorrow soon gave birth. Wipe your eyes, and shake your head, and cry, alas, Tom Thumb is dead. The end.
You know what it should have said?
What?
Well, his name was Tom,
and he's
here to say, we rest in peace, we all pray.
That would be really good. I wish it was that. So just some notes about Tom Thumb. There is a real grave of Tom Thumb.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in Lincolnshire in the UK at the Holy Trinity Church in... Please don't clown on me for not knowing how to pronounce English words, because they're hard.
Yeah.
It's either Tattershall or Tattershall.
Okay.
In Lincolnshire. There is, in the church, there's like a little flagstone. You know when like people were buried under churches, and so they would have like stones in the floor that were marked with people's names. There's a little stone that is marked with T. Thumb, aged 101.
Wow. Died
1620. And the grave itself is 16 inches long.
Cute!
And I actually have a picture of it if you want to see it.
Wait, that's awesome. Has anybody ever dug it up?
No, why would they do that?
I want to see what's underneath it. That's so cute. Desperately want to know what's underneath it.
Probably a squirrel.
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 It all comes back to squirrel. That was really interesting.
Yeah, it's very different from Thumbelina.
Very
he does
different.
get into similar hijinks,
yes,
but the problems that he faces are different. Like, her problems are like, yes, she's tiny, but the problem is that she keeps getting kidnapped and married off.
Yeah.
His problems are just that he's so small, and also he keeps pissing off the king.
Yeah, it's really just about how... It's about the difficulties of being... the logistical difficulties of being that tiny, it seems like. Where the weather is against you, the elements are against you,
the soup is against you.
Yeah, random food-based accidents are against you. Other
a bird
people,
sometimes tries to eat you.
Yeah, other people can very easily take advantage of you. Yeah. Your only job is being a silly little guy.
Well, he's a knight. Okay, so
well, later on,
that's some respect.
Yeah, that was interesting. I had no idea that King Arthur would come into play.
I know, right?
Tom
That was so
stories.
fucking weird.
But
I had no idea that Tom Thumb was an Arthurian legend.
I didn't either. But Tom Thumb is such a famous, like, cultural, like, name. Like, everybody knows when you hear Tom Thumb, you're like, oh yeah, a little guy. I feel like,
oh yeah, a little guy.
I wonder if other people hear this and they're like, you didn't know it was a King Arthur story? Like, what? Like, or if we've just lost that information.
I would be curious to know.
Right?
It is worth saying, so this is the edited and published version of Tom Thumb that was written and published in 1621. There are records that in several parts of the story, there were worse things that happened in the original version of the story.
Oh no.
Namely, there was no throwing up.
He pooped him out.
He pooped him out.
I thought that was what was going to happen.
Also, the cow pooped him out.
And also
the miller
had to poop him out. Yeah, he has to get pooped out quite a bit.
Yeah, he got pooped out so many times.
So he is into butt stuff.
No, he's out of butt stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, there's this whole, on the Wikipedia page for this, for Tom Thumb, there's this whole, like, history of all the people who were like, no, we can't say that he got pooped out. That's gross, and we can't have that in a children's story. And then, like, a generation later, people being like, no, that's actually fucking hilarious and real and gritty, and we're putting it back in.
It's raw. Kids these days are too soft.
And then a generation later, people being like, we don't have to make this guy get pooped out so many times. And then a generation later, they're like, the only thing that makes sense is that he gets pooped out.
It's just weird that it keeps happening.
So yeah, there's this whole, like, back and forth historically on Tom Thumb where the story gets raunchier and then more tame in, like, waves throughout history, because people are like, no, it's hilarious that he gets pooped out. It's so funny. You have no taste.
We should just fucking stop rewriting Tom Thumb history. He gets pooped out, okay?
He gets pooped out.
Max, that was really interesting.
Thanks.
I enjoyed that a lot.
I'm really mad that also he just disappeared and he didn't say goodbye to his mom and dad.
That's true. That happens quite a bit, though. I mean, that happened in Thumbelina as well, you know?
Mm-hmm. Turns out if you're small, you forget about your mom.
Keep that in mind, guys. Happy Mother's Day. If you're small, you forget about your mom.
So true.
So true.
All right, I gotta go to bed immediately.
Yeah.
Bye.
I would also like to go to bed immediately. It's 1:48 a.m. Guys, if you have any thoughts on Tom Thumb, what did I ask them to send me? Rhymes? Couldn't have been. If you have any thoughts or you remember what I asked you to send me, join the Discord. If you go into our show notes, you'll see the links to our Patreon. At the $3 level, that gives you access to the Discord to hang out with a bunch of really rad people. And at the $7 level, you get to listen to monthly bonus episodes that are pretty great. And we also have a book club that will eventually happen again. So yeah, I would definitely join that. It's a fun time.
It's a good time.
If you want to see pictures from past stories, there aren't a whole lot of pictures from this particular episode, but I'll post pictures of the book and the Tom Thumb grave. You can join our Instagram at Sort of the Story. We also have a TikTok at Sort of the Story. If you want to show us some videos, we get tagged a lot in videos. It's cute. Email us at sortofthestory@gmail.com. We've been getting a lot of really cute emails lately. And please rate and review this podcast. Rate it 5 stars. Leave a funny thing. You can also text us now, and we've been getting some hilarious texts.
It's weird.
We can't respond to you, so it is a little bit like texting your ex, but it's hilarious.
It's what?
Like texting your ex? Because we don't respond back. We leave you unread. But it's very funny, and I've been screenshotting some of the funnier ones and posting them on the Instagram stories because I think that's hilarious. So if you make me laugh in the rate and reviewing part or in the texts, I'm going to share it.
So there.
Everyone should see that. Okay, and with that, everyone, we're going to go to sleep. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you next week with another story. Maybe 2. Okay, bye. The other day, I was at my work, at a school, and all day, I had been doing, for the past 2 days, I was doing the heatless curls because I didn't want to wash my hair, and I was just like, I'll just curl it, and then it'll look like messy on I don't know. Do the dry shampoo. And you know, all the kids were like, I like it. You look like a princess. Or one little girl chased me around for the whole day and was like, you look like an elf all day. So I was getting a lot of notes, but none of them were expressly negative. But then in my kindergarten class, as I was like, all the kindergartners coming in, the teacher pulls me like to the side and she goes, watch out for that one. And she points out one of the kids and she's like, he is riddled with lice. He's got so much lice. Yeah, he's just got so much. And I was like, you mean the one that's rubbing his head on another child's head right now? Get back. And she was like, yeah, we can't stop him from doing that. He's very itchy. So I was like, yeah, but he's itching his head on another child's head.
That seems preventable.
I feel like, I don't know what to say to that. And they were like, yeah, you can't send kids home anymore for having lice. That's not considered an epidemic anymore. Jesus. And so the nurse can't do anything except for like call the parents and be like, hey, did you know they have lice? And the mom was like, yeah, I know, we're treating it, don't worry. And she's like, okay, but they're still alive and in your child's hair, so also in all these other children's hair. So you sent him to a kindergarten class with lice, and he's itchy and he's uncomfortable. And anyway,
and he's an asshole.
And he's doing some weird things. He's a weird kid, and you sent him to school. He's weird. Anyway, very sweet. But I was like, oh, that sucks. Because, you know, nobody wants to go to school when they're itchy and uncomfortable and covered in bugs. Like, I don't know, be a better parent.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I also understand that some parents can't afford to not send their kids to school.
Yeah.
That also sucks. Our country is broken. So, all this to say, I put my hair up at that point because I was like, let's just get this out of the way. And I had clipped it up and didn't check it for like a couple hours. By the time my 5th graders came in, I hadn't thought about my hair in a while because it was up and out of my face. And they all come in, and then one girl who's like so cool. She's so cool that she intimidates me a little. She's a 5th grader. I'm always like, oh my God.
That's when they start getting mean.
She is mean. She's so cool and mean. And lately she's been giving me like nods of respect every once in a while. And I'm like, okay, doing good.
Oh, you're one of the cool kids.
Lately I've been feeling like one of the cool kids. And she walked in, looked up, like, from laughing with her friend. She had been looking behind her in the line, and she was like, Miss Robida, whoa, whoa. And then she took a full step back, looked at my hair, looked back at her friends, looked back at me, and went, that's a choice.
Holy shit.
And then she laughed and went, oh, Miss Robida, that's a choice. And then she walked into the room and didn't talk to me for the rest of the class.
You're out, buddy. You fucked up.
You know what? I had one sweet taste of popularity. Now I'm back in the trash where I belong. Thank you, Mia.
I fucked up my hair a couple weeks ago. I dyed it loud.
It was bright.
It was loud colored.
It was nice.
But one of my students, she's so fucking funny and she's so sweet. And I know that she meant absolutely nothing by this, but we were supposed to have a meeting in my office, like her and one of the other students. And she came in and she was on her phone and she looked up at me and was like, oh, you did your hair. So you did it yourself? That's cool. I was like, Lexi!
Ow! Ow!
Jesus Christ, Lexi!
Why would you do this to me? And usually, I don't... Come on, man. I'm trying my best. I've definitely told this story before, but when I taught little kids in China, and Chinese people in general, they don't give a fuck. They will tell you what you look like. And the children are children. Chinese children are like, absolutely, they will cut you down. And I was teaching 5-year-olds, and this little girl was sitting next to me, and she looked at me, and she goes, your arm is so fat. And I was like, no, you think you mean my arm is so strong. And I like made a big deal, be like, wah, look at my biceps. And she was like, oh, Miss Janey, your arm is so strong.
Christ.
Fuck. And as I was like trying to think of a response, because I was like, fuck. Okay. As I was trying to think of a response, she leans in and goes, and you have coffee mouth. And then she walked away.
Fuck that kid, dude.
Tina was my know-it-all. And that day she knew too much.
Too much?
No gold star for her.
I also had a when I was working in a restaurant, I like went out with some of my like the other servers, and we were out like late, and then I was one of the people on the breakfast shift the next morning. And so I came in, and one of the people I've been out with came in because they were also on the breakfast shift. Yeah. And I was like, you look how I feel. And they were like, oh, fuck, that bad?
Oh!
It's like, well, shit. I'm going home.
Well, now I feel worse. Goodbye. Sad skateboard
Thanks,
sounds.
Now I have to serve a bunch of old white ladies who
Guys,
came back from church and are feeling very much holier than thou.
I would like anybody who makes it to the end of this test who is on our Discord to please go on our Discord and tell us your stories of having been cut down by children or other people.
Just anyone.
Being cut down.
Having your sails vented.
Being shown your place. Having your sails vented. That's really good.